5 obscure masterworks you ain't never heard of. That's the theme of the show today. This is righting a wrong because the other day I was supposed to go on Guitar Hack and we were supposed to do this show. So I have all these pieces out that I'm going to show here. And because I was supposed to be part of that show, but instead I got a last minute invite to the Metallica concert. So I went to that and go check out the Guitar Hack show. Pete Pardo and myself go on Guitar Hack once a month. We've got a pile of shows that we've done over there. So go check that out. So if you want to see Hacks and Pete's 5 picks that they had, go look at their show. These are my picks. So this is what I was going to show. So 5 obscure masterworks you ain't never heard of. I'm going to start with These Trails. Now, this is a 1973 indie release from Honolulu. This is one of those records that is like $1,000 piece of vinyl or whatever. It's got, this is a wonderful, strange dual male-female vocal. I actually tracked down Margaret's sister and interviewed her oh, geez, what is his name here? I'm kind of doing this on the fly here. Patrick Crockett. I interviewed him because I was just fascinated by this album. I played it hundreds of times. It's like the very best Nick Drake acoustic guitar or the top magical 2 minutes that Jimmy Page ever did on acoustic guitar, mixed with Hawaiian slack key tuning, and the only brand new synthesizer on the island in this studio. So it's a weird folk album, WYRD, but it's absolutely just wonderful and enchanting. Hello Lou is on here, which is almost sounds like it's about Lucifer, but apparently it's not. But it's got crazy, creepy lyrics. Rusty's House, about the big famous surfer Rusty going to his house and hanging out, and he just leaves it open. Anybody can drop by. Rapt Attention. Margaret's singing on this is to die for. It's so impossibly high and clear. And yeah, Our House in Hanalei. So it's got a little bit of that Hawaiian vibe to it, but this is an absolute drop dead classic. So that is my first obscure masterwork you ain't never heard of. My second one, I'm going to go with Last Crack's Burning Time. These guys only made 2 albums. This is the first one, Sinister Funk House. They've got this live thing. Here's a EP that came off of it. But yeah, Butto on vocals. This came out on Road Racer 1991. This is an absolute masterpiece produced by Dave Jordan, right? I think. Hang on, let me just find that here. Like I say, I'm kind of doing this a little on the fly. Thanks for not putting that real obvious in here. I'm pretty sure it's Dave Jordan, who we lost recently. Yeah, geez, thanks for making this real easy to find. I don't know where the heck. Anyways, so the point about this album is it's beautifully produced. It's almost like really accessible progressive metal mixed with like a messianic U2 quality. Really interesting songs, super dynamic, personable, interesting, captivating lead vocals, just beautiful arrangements, a lot of variety on it. Absolute masterpiece. The first one's pretty darn good too, but they really pick it up on here. Wisconsin band. So yeah, this is it's a little bit in that zone of I suppose you would say the same way we might revere a Porcupine Tree or a Clutch or a Mastodon or a King's X. There's a little bit of that going. And I included also in, that range of bands like Mind Funk, Mind Bomb, Liquid Jesus, maybe My Sister's Machine a little bit. But yeah, this sounds like a heavy metal U2 album, put it that way. There you go. Last Crack, that's my second one. 5 obscure masterworks you ain't never heard of. Number 3, I'm gonna go with the Diodes. There's my fully signed copy. I met these guys. There's a fully signed copy of the second or third one. They only made 3 albums, right? But this is the album that I think is an obscure masterwork. There's a bio for it, the label bio, right? So the point here is this is the only heavy Toronto punk album from the very first, the early days of punk. It's a 1977 album. They were signed to the Canadian office of Columbia, CBS. And it's beautifully produced. It's got great production by Bob Gallo. He's an industry veteran in Canada. And it's a heavy punk album. The vocals are a little bit Joey Ramone. They take a little getting used to. But it's very guitar-y, lots of songs on it. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 12 songs on it. Cover of Red Rubber Ball. But yeah, it had some classics on here. Tennis Again, Child Star. Paul Robinson's the lead vocalist. I interviewed these guys when the reissue happened, and then they played a free concert down in Dundas Square. That was really cool. But yeah, as kids, as angry young metalheads, and coming from Canada, we had no heavy punk albums from 77, or I don't know when the first. I mean, you move up to DOA and Subhumans and stuff like that. There really wasn't much, but 77 is very early, and this stands head and shoulders along with the likes of your Dead Boys and your Sex Pistols album in terms of just being really, really guitar-y. That's pretty cool. And like I say, professionally played and professionally produced. So it doesn't sound crazy punk, really. It just sounds like a good guitar-y kind of album, but with a very punk name, the Diodes. So there you go. That's number 3. Very related is this bad boy here, DMZ. The great Mono Man on vocals and organ. There's the back cover. I love this cover. They were on Sire. What I like about this one is, so this is 1978, and this is a band that really doesn't get talked about very much anymore, and I'm kind of surprised because in the old days we used to talk about them a lot. But what is cool about this is it's very much like a Stooges or MC5 album, where it's a mix of punk rock. Of course, those guys of course have to be way proto because it's really early, but so 78, we're already past punk rock almost. But so it's a mix of punk rock. It's 1/3 punk rock, 1/3 a little bit of that Dictators, let's pay tribute to the girl groups but with loud guitars, and 1/3 heavy metal. So it's very much like the Dictators, honestly, if you add it up. So yeah, this reminds me of Manifest Destiny or Blood Brothers. I love it. The production's really cool, but it varies kind of all over the place. You got your Mighty Idy, Bad Attitudes, a super heavy one in here. So is Don't Jump Me Mother, produced by Flo and Eddie. Pretty bizarre, but yeah, really cool. Mono Man went on to run the Liars, which is an even more retro kind of band. They're almost like retro scholarly type of band. But yeah, this is just a good, heavy, varied album. That's the only album they ever made, but there is this, which is sort of a compilation of rarities and stuff, DMZ relics. And then my final pick for 5 obscure masterworks you ain't never heard of that I should have done on Guitar Hack's show with Pete is The Ghost, When You're Dead 1 Second. The great Shirley Kent on vocals. I love, just like these trails, I have this affinity for these albums that have dual male and female vocals. And so this came out on Gemini Records, 1971, super crazy rarity. Here's what the label looks like. And they're kind of a cross between, they're kind of like what would the 4th Deep Purple Mark I album sound like if Richie was getting a little wilder. They had some female vocals and they were all Satanists. That's kind of what it sounds like. It's very creepy, psychedelic rock, recorded with a very old style. For a 71 album, it sounds much older than that, but it's got some haunting vocals and lyrics, some crazy parts in it. It's a little bit heavy here and there. When You're Dead is such a cool classic, but like I say, nothing's going to sound very heavy on here the same way your Iron Butterfly, nothing there is really going to sound particularly heavy because of the way they decided to record. But Night of the Warlock, crazy occult story to that one. Hearts and Flowers died today. Really cool. I ended up getting to write some liner notes for a reissue of this on CD, but Shirley Kent wouldn't talk to me in person, but we did a nice email interview and I was able to piece together some stuff from her email interview to make those liner notes. But yeah, just love this album. It's just a creepy psych rock, just one of the darkest, most evil sounding psych rock albums you can imagine. Look at that crazy album cover, right? And what a title, eh? When You're Dead, -1 second. So there you go. There are 5 obscure masterworks you ain't never heard of that I played hundreds of times. Love these albums to death. They're all very, very weird, very different from each other. And yeah, all of my guests are pretty obscure, right? So let us know what you think in the comments below. If you want me to do another 1 or 2 of these shows, I've got some other ones I would love to showcase this way as well. You can check out my audio podcast as well, History in 5 Songs with Martin Popoff. You know, we've been doing a series here on the Contrarians, Reliving Old Reviews as a Useless Tool of Confusion, where I look at old reviews and we comment and critique those, plus the Who Invented Heavy Metal series. And you know, I write a lot of rock books. I've got 100, and these are all mine behind here. I've got 130 rock books, about 100 of them are in print. You can go to martinpopoff.com for any of that stuff. There you go. Go play some Ghost, go play some DMZ, go play some Diodes, go play some Last Crack, and definitely go play some These Trails.